Last week, Michael McDowell, a driver below the cut line, managed to win his way into the playoffs at a road course. Today, I'm going to take the remaining bubble drivers and rank them based on how likely they are to win at Watkins Glen on Sunday. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. I hope your week is going well. 2 races remain in the NASCAR Cup Series regular season. We're about to set our 16-driver playoff field. This past Sunday, Michael McDowell was able to punch his ticket thanks to a clutch performance at the Indy road course. Another road course is on deck, Watkins Glen. We're going to talk about the favorites. I'm going to break down how each remaining bubble driver is expected to perform. We're going to have some fun with that in just a few moments. But first, yesterday, some exciting NASCAR news broke. I say exciting. Maybe I'm just so hungry for quality NASCAR gaming content that this excites me. Yesterday, the first trailer for NASCAR Arcade Rush dropped. Here you can see all the bright colors, the reimagined racetracks, the different customizable race cars. Oh, and a release date, September 15th, less than a month from now. Watching this trailer, it kind of reminds me of that Hot Wheels Unleashed game that was kind of a surprise hit a couple of years ago. Some folks are hating on it. I'm not going to hate on it until I've actually had the chance to play it. That being said, this isn't what I'm looking for out of a NASCAR console experience. I would much rather a new, fun, functional NASCAR Thunder or even NASCAR Heat style game. A game that's meant to be both realistic, but can also be enjoyed by casual players. This NASCAR Arcade Rush doesn't seem to feature any of the drivers, their names, their likenesses, their sponsors, their cars. It's just a generic NASCAR branded arcade racer, and that's fine, but I think most fans would rather race as their favorite driver. They'd rather race as Chase Elliott in the Napa car or Ryan Blaney in his Ford Mustang. I understand that side of the NASCAR gaming sphere is sort of in flux as long as Motorsport Games has the license. We've heard that major or substantial announcements could be coming sooner rather than later, but as of now, none of that is confirmed. NASCAR Arcade Rush could be fun. It looks fun, but I can already tell you it's not really what I'm looking for out of a NASCAR console video game. Now, before we talk about the playoff bubble, Watkins Glen, it's time for our new segment here on Out of the Groove. Let's take a comment from out of the crowd. In yesterday's episode, I took on a question that was posed by Auto Week. What does NASCAR gain from having international stars like SVG, Jenson Button, Kamui Kobayashi race in their series? Have they gained any international interest? Have the numbers domestically been boosted whatsoever? I argued yesterday that it's too early to look solely at the numbers. Drivers from other forms of motorsport across the world being interested in NASCAR, competing in NASCAR, being excited about NASCAR is more about NASCAR trying to legitimize their brand on the world stage. That was the point of the next gen. That was the point of Garage 56. Anyway, I did get a comment yesterday on that video that actually got upvoted quite a bit, so I wanted to read it and share it here today. Thought this was cool to read from Peter. They said, as a New Zealander, I can assure you that the SVG effect is a real thing. For many, many years, I thought I was the only Kiwi NASCAR fan. Nobody in my circle of friends or my workmates was the slightest bit interested in talking to me about NASCAR. Then SVG happened. All of a sudden, people are interested in wanting to know what I think. They want to know how to watch the race down here. There is coverage in the newspapers and on TV, and that never happened before. I'm so glad the international driver thing is happening as it is opening up NASCAR to the world. And I say this as an oval track fan, especially the super speedways. I do expect SVG will face a steep learning curve there, but bring it on. Thought that was kind of fun to share. Granted, that's one comment. I don't know if everyone in Australia, New Zealand, that part of the world feel the same way. And again, I'm not sure that, Kamui Kobayashi is having the same effect in Japan or Jenson Button in the UK. But I thought that was a nice comment to read. I appreciate Peter sharing that. And clearly a lot of folks also thought it was a fun comment to read in yesterday's video. So I wanted to share it here today. But thank you all for leaving your comments. Leave a comment on this video, and there's a chance that I'll respond to it in the next episode of Out of the Groove. Now, finally, let's talk playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, we're 2 weeks away from the playoffs. Here's a current look at the playoff bubble. Michael McDowell locked himself in with a win at Indianapolis last week. Now, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski have a 145 and 143 point cushion, respectively. The only way they miss out is if we get 2 different winners from this bunch down here. Bubba Wallace is now the final driver in, plus 28. Daniel Suarez is the first driver out, minus 28. Then there's Ty Gibbs, minus 49. Everyone else must-win territory. Chase Elliott, minus 80. Alex Bowman, minus 80. AJ Allmendinger, minus 87. Austin Cindric, I threw him in there. There's 2 races to go, Watkins Glen, Daytona. Anyone can win at Daytona. We know that by now, right? Sure, there are some who are favored over others, but by and large, anyone can win. It takes a special driver, car, crew chief combo to win on a road course like Watkins Glen. So I decided to take the remaining bubble drivers and rank them by how likely they are to win their way into the playoffs at Watkins Glen this weekend. So we've got 9 names here that we're going to break down. Let's begin with, unfortunately, number 9, and this is some stark contrast here. Currently, the last guy into the playoffs unfortunately finishes last in my Watkins Glen road course rankings. Bubba Wallace is the least likely of this bunch to win this weekend. I don't think anyone's really surprised by that ranking. His average finish this year on road courses, there have been 4, is 25.8. That is worst of any of these bubble drivers. He has only 2 career top 10s on road courses ever. For Bubba Wallace this weekend, it's all about limiting the damage. If strategy presents itself that you can steal a couple of stage points here or there, take it. Limit the damage and cross your fingers that no one else on this list gets the win. That's really all Bubba Wallace can do at this point. Just above Bubba at number 8, I'm putting Brad Keselowski. I've been a big Brad fan this year, but I was at COTA this spring. It was ugly. Miserable 35th place effort there. His road course average finish this year is only slightly better than Bubba Wallace's. Now, one glimmer of hope for Brad fans is that Watkins Glen has always been maybe a sleeper favorite. Like, that's his best road course by far. He's never won at Watkins Glen. Keselowski, to my shock, actually, has never won a road course race in the Cup Series. But at Watkins Glen, between 2011 and 2013, he had 3 straight second place finishes. Keselowski has not looked great on road courses this season, but he's fortunate we're going to Watkins Glen, probably his best of the bunch. In 7th place, I'm going Kevin Harvick. I know, I'm sorry, I'm not doing the veteran drivers too many favors here. Kevin Harvick's a decent road course racer. We all know that. He's good everywhere, pretty much, but his last road course win was more than 6 years ago. It was at Sonoma. He won at Watkins Glen, but it was like almost 20 years ago. And this year, on the 4 road courses, counting Chicago, Kevin Harvick does not have a top 10 finish. It's been a really good 3-week stretch for Ford. Stewart-Haas Racing, and even Penske for that matter, have kind of felt out of the loop. So, Harvick may have a good top 10 effort this weekend, but he's not going to win. Lucky for Harvick and Keselowski, they don't need to win. They just have to finish better than each other. I'm ranking Austin Cindric 6th. He has 3 top 10s this year. It has been an abysmal sophomore season, but 2 of those top 10s did come at road courses. 6th at COTA, 6th at Chicago. Last year, Cindric had a very respectable average finish of 9.3 on the road courses. And this year, it's not much worse. It's still 13th. It's pretty good. But he's only led 2 laps at road courses this year. I think they were both at COTA early in the season. I just don't see enough from this team everywhere else. Like, Cindric could win, but you look at the points, he's at the bottom of this group. It would take a Herculean effort for the 2 car to win his way into the playoffs. At number 5, this may come as a shock to some of you, but I said it earlier this week, I'm off the AJ Allmendinger bandwagon. Historically, he's been great at road courses. His 2 career Cup wins have both come at road courses. One was at Watkins Glen. Last year even, Allmendinger had 4 top 10s on road courses. But this year, 2023, he only has 1. And the last 2 road courses, they've completely missed it. They completely missed the setup at Chicago. And at Indianapolis this weekend, they missed qualified 26th, I believe, and ran up into the top 15 or so, got caught up in some wrecks. But they never had winning speed. They didn't have winning speed at Indy, nowhere close to it. I still have faith in AJ Allmendinger, the driver. He's a great road course racer, probably still top 5 in the Cup Series. But that whole Kaulig package right now, I just don't buy it. A lot of pressure on that team this weekend. A lot of pressure on number 4 here. Alex Bowman. That 48 team has been quicker lately at a variety of racetracks. And on road courses this year, he just finished 5th at Indianapolis. He was 3rd earlier this year at COTA. Heck, he was running right around the top 10 at Chicago when he got wrecked by Hamlin. He's not a favorite by any means, but quietly, Alex Bowman has proven he's a solid enough road course racer. And I like that he drives a Hendrick car. That never hurts. I trust that team to have decent speed. Another driver, young driver, driving a good car is Ty Gibbs. That's right, I'm putting the rookie in 3rd place. Ty Gibbs is a great road racer. 12 career Xfinity wins, 4 of them have come at road courses, including one at Watkins Glen. This year, his rookie year, he finished top 10 at COTA, top 10 at Chicago. And I think he finishes top 10 at Indy last week, but he got wrecked by a ridiculous stack up early on. Gibbs is running the Xfinity race on Saturday. He's going to see an awful lot of Watkins Glen this weekend. I feel really good about the rookie's chances. But now we get to our top 2. I'm ranking Daniel Suarez so highly because, shockingly, he is the only driver on this playoff bubble who's actually won a Cup Series road course race in the past 18 months. You gotta respect that. And Trackhouse the past 2 years has been a very good road course racing team. Last year, obviously, Suarez got a win, Chastain got a win. And this year, just a few weeks ago, Shane Van Gisbergen got a win at Chicago. Trackhouse has been up and down, hot and cold, but I really like the speed I saw from Suarez at Indianapolis. It's the execution I worry about. Sometimes it's the driver, sometimes it's the pit crew, sometimes it's the team. If they can stay out of their own way, I believe Daniel Suarez will run top 5 on Sunday, and at that point, anything can happen. Finally, at number 1, no surprise, Chase Elliott. I know my confidence in Chase Elliott has been very high the past few weeks, and it's all been leading up to this moment. Watkins Glen. He came up just short of winning at Indianapolis last week. You look at Chase's road course results this year. Didn't race at COTA, but he's finished 5th, 3rd, and 2nd. Just got to be one position better. You look at Elliott's last 4 Watkins Glen races. 1st, 2nd, and last year he was 4th. But let's be honest, he probably wins that race if not for that late race restart. This is his best track by far. I know he hasn't won a road course race in the next-gen era, but like Suarez, I really like the speed I've seen from him this season. It's not like Allmendinger and Colleague who've just missed it a couple times this year on road courses. No, Chase Elliott is top 5, top 3, top 2 every road course. Now we're going to his favorite one. He is my pick to win. I think Chase Elliott wins his way into the postseason this weekend at Watkins Glen. But now I want to know what you think. Of all the drivers we just talked about, I got lists on either side of my head here. Could you see a driver like a Daniel Suarez or maybe even a Ty Gibbs somehow, some way pointing their way in? Do Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski have anything to seriously worry about? Leave your comments down below. I look forward to hearing your responses. That is going to do it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. If you love all things NASCAR, you're in the right place. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I think it's down there somewhere so you don't miss any of the latest stock car racing news. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, as always, for your very generous support. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all again very soon. Take care, y'all.